Welcome back, guys. Let me just pause that. Right, we're still in December. It's the 5th of December. I've just done a beer review for tomorrow, hence the reason me wearing my Christmas jumper still. But do you know what? I really fancy doing another beer. This review, God knows when it will be up. You'll know when it's up because you'll be watching this and then you'll realise that it's up when you're watching it. But I'm thinking this is probably going to be released after Christmas. So if you are wondering why the jumper is on, that is why. But the beer we are looking at is the first one out the two different beers that I got that was sent to me from the Urban Viking Ale Review. So go and check out David's channel. I do like his reviews. He's very laid back, which does make me laugh because you look at his intro, it's very sort of and angry, and yet the bloke is laid back and he loves watching laid back reviewers on, you know, for some reason he seems to watch me, or I get the impression he watches me, and I'm not laid back at all. But go and check out his channel. I do like his videos, and he very kindly sent me some beers. So this is the first one. There was 4 cans and a glass in a box. It was a nice little presentation thing, but there's only 2 different beers, so I've got 2 beers the same. Or there's 2 of each, if you like. So it's from a brewery that I believe is sort of local to him, I think, but I could be totally wrong. I'm reading on the back here, Salcombe Brewery Co. I can't see it all. It says Kingsbridge or something, T something something, whether it's Torquay area or something, I don't know. This is coming in at 4%, and it's a can of their Breeze. And it's a session lager, or shall we say, it's 2 cans of their Breeze, which is a session lager. And I have read on the back, it has got, I struggled to read this, I'd read before, a refreshing session lager using 2 contrasting British hops, Jester and, I can't read the bloody thing, Boadicea. The Jester brings hints of tropical fruit, while the Boadicea brings or introduces subtle spicy notes with hints of orchard blossom. Together they help bring the structure and balance to this elegant lager. So I'm going to guess this is going to be sort of like a session craft sort of lager. So a big thank you to Dave for that. I am loving the artwork. 2 330ml cans, and also what was in the box, there was 2 of these, 2 Pilsner lagers, and a nice big Salcombe Brewery glass, and it's got a little like thing on the back saying how much is in the beer. I believe it is. I think it is. Really good quality glass. So a big thank you to Dave. I'm going to stop talking now. We're 3 minutes in. Let's get these beers open. They're nice and chilled, and see what we get. At this time of recording this video, Dave, and you know, by the time this video goes up, we'll either know whether you've had a problem or got your beers. But at this current time, it's Thursday. And it said at 11:32 on Wednesday, your beers have been delayed. And I've checked today and it's still saying that. So hopefully these beers will turn up. And no doubt we'll know by the time this video goes up. So let's get it into a glass, see what we get. I'm going to top it up with the other one as well. I can do the 2 cans so I get a nice proper drink now. And the amount of waffle I do on a video, I need to have a pint. I bet Dave's out there going, oh, for fuck's sake, Baz, shut the fuck up. So still half of that left in there, but beer in a glass. Yeah, well carbonated, you could say. There's a lot of bubbles going up, but whether it's, I wouldn't say it's like ragingly going up. Sort of straw in colour, crystal clear, because you can see my mug ugly mush in the glass. And we got about a finger of really compact sort of. The head looks quite decent, actually. It doesn't look like one of them overly light ones, but the beer looks decent. That's all I can say. So let's dive in with the nose and see what we get. Is it going to have that craft lager feel? A slightly malty note, but I wouldn't say I'm picking a lot up there. But what is nice on the nose, right, for starters, is there, mate? If there is a craft note in there, it's very subtle, but I'm not getting that typical British lager aroma, which you do get with some beers. Maybe that'll come through in the taste, but although nothing really happening on the nose. Nothing smells bad, so I'm going to leave it there. Pour a little bit more in. We're going to say cheers to Dave at the urban the Urban Viking Ale Review. Go and check out his channel. A big thank you, Dave. Let's dive in. Cheers. Yeah, that ain't bad actually. It's not too bad. Now I've just reviewed day 6. That beer was 4.1 from Utopian. You know, by the time this goes up, you're going to know that I was very disappointed with that. This beer is much, much better than that. And that really gripes me. You know, I don't know Salcombe, and Dave said to me, these beers they're all right. They're sort of average. Utopian, I know, are good. But this beer has got so much more going for it than that Utopian one, which, as I said in that video, was probably brewed for the bloody box and brewed at a price range. But yeah, this is quite decent. So let's go in and start giving you some stuff. We're 6 minutes in. Body at 4%, I think is decent. That has got a good body on it. You get that British hop feel in this beer. I'm not going to say it tastes typically English or British, but you get that English hop. You know, if you've had other beers, you can taste the hops. That's what I'm saying. The carbonation isn't too wild, although there's plenty going up in there. It's not wild carbonation. It's got a nice spicy, spiky edge to it. It goes down well. It is pretty smooth as well. On the taste, it's interesting because on the intake, for me, you're getting that maltiness about the beer. And behind that, you start getting a slight fruity note. So that'll be the tropical fruits from the Jester. But it doesn't taste like tropical fruits. It's a fruity note. Then for me, that spicy, bitter, peppery, edge kicks in. And that carbonation is really sort of helping pull that to the front. Like I said, it's a decent body on it. It's 4%. I think the carbonation's nice in there. You do feel it, don't get me wrong. But I think it is nice. It's drinkable, it's quaffable. There's a lot of good points about this beer. I'm going to say it does. There's flavour in there. Don't get me wrong. There's flavour in there. But being British, you've sort of tasted it before. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with it. I think what this does, it does a lager brewed by British brewers using British hops. And yeah, it gives you that familiarity. Familiarity. You know what I'm trying to say, didn't you? So you know it's sort of British, but there is nothing there that really sort of puts you off. There's nothing nasty. There's nothing fake. I think it's a decent drop. Do you get the 4%? You don't get the 4%, but at the same time, I think this drinks really well for 4%. That body's really good. And it has got flavour. Even, you know, I'm trying to say there's nothing amazing going on in there. There are notes, but the flavour is there. And that's where I'm going to end it, really, because I'm running out of things to say. Pardon me. Yes, Cat. Come here. I'm running out of things to say about it, but ultimately it feels British, but it feels like a pretty decent British lager without blowing your mind or doing anything offensive. So for me, Salcombe Brewery and their Breeze Session Lager, I'm going to give a thumbs up, because that's much better than I was expecting, a lot better. And the biggest thing that really stands out for me is the body of this beer. So this, you know, there's no reason for beers to be thin, wishy-washy, or like there and gone in a second at a low ABV beer, because this doesn't do that. So there's my thoughts on that beer. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Dave, thank you very much for sending me this out. I know you said it was kind of average. I think it's better than average. It is better than average. It's a pretty solid beer, and I would drink that again, and that's the biggest thing I can say about it. So a big thank you to Dave. Like I say, don't forget, check out the Urban Viking Ale Review chap. He's a great bloke, a great reviewer, and I like him. I like him. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.